welcome back to my channel. Today I will continue my series, My Pilot Journey, where I document the path I took to becoming a pilot. Last we left off, I was in Trinidad. I found myself in a park, on a bench, under a tree, unemployed, full of fear, uncertainty, and doubt as to what I will do next. How did I end up here? Well, I had exhausted all of my working opportunities in the automotive repair industry in Trinidad. Partly because I refused to work for wages that were below what I thought I should have been paid, and my refusal to work in environments that I felt were not respecting of my work. Thus, I found myself unemployed at the age of 24. I wondered, what will I do now? What will be my path forward? How will I accomplish my goals now that I'm unemployed? Having sat there for about an hour and feeling like the world had just dumped on me and all causes were lost, I walked home. As I approached the school where we lived, my dad was standing at the front gate as he always did. As I approached him, he said, "Philip, a guy was just here and he said you're leaving tomorrow to go to Barbados to work on a cruise ship." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes. My mom used to sell clothes, and my mom quickly gathered some clothes from her inventory, which she gave to me. I quickly gathered the savings I had, and I gathered my passport. And at 7 o'clock the next morning, I found myself at the airport in Trinidad, boarding a plane heading to Barbados. I believe I arrived in Barbados at 4 p.m. Someone met us at the airport and drove us to the pier. We arrived, and I've never seen anything this big before. I stood on the pier and I looked up, and there was this ship that seemed to go on forever and ever and ever. In my eyes, it was huge, because it's the first time I'm seeing something of this size, of this magnitude in person. I boarded, I was signed in, I was shown to my quarters where I had 3 roommates from various countries. I was then introduced to my supervisor, who was from Nicaragua. I was then assigned my workstation and my working uniform, which comprised of a gray shirt, a gray pants, and those long knee-high British rubber farming boots. They were like this tall, which I had used before. In every experience that I've gone through, as I've grown older, I tend to look back and ask myself, why did I go through this and what did I learn from it? From this particular experience, what I've grown to appreciate and still implement today is that your best opportunities will come to you when you're in your darkest moments, when you think the world has ended, when you think you have no path forward, when you are afraid, and when you feel as though you have failed. However, in order to take advantage of unexpected future opportunities, you must have first laid the foundation for those opportunities in the past. In my case, had I not listened to my friend Mickey and borrowed his money and signed up for the cruise ship some 3 months earlier, I would not have been properly positioned, nor would I have even known of the opportunity to work on a cruise ship. And finally, often the people who you expect to give you good, solid advice are not the ones where these advice come from. They often comes from people who you least expect, people who you least respect, and people who you don't see that often. For me, that person was Mickey. Had I not paid attention to him, had I not listened to his advice, even though he played a very small role in my life, he turned out to be very central to what I was to become. What I take away from this particular lesson is, in addition to what I just said, is always, 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 even to this day, I still do it. Pay attention and be very grateful to people who take the time to speak with you. Even if in cases when the things they're saying are repetitive and they're things that you know already. I deal with this every day as a pilot. When you're flying with someone who is senior, that is to say, they have over 10 to 12,000 hours, or they are 10 or 12 years older than I am, they tend to think that they understand the situation better than I do, when in fact, we both have the same level of understanding. As such, they tend to think that they need to teach me something, that they need to talk to me and pass on some type of knowledge in my direction, which I am extremely grateful for. But in most cases, I would say in about 99% of cases, what they're telling me, I already know. But I still pay close attention for two reasons. One, they take in the time to spend it with me and tell me something that they think I don't know. And second, if I listen closely, I may end up actually learning something. And this has never failed me. That's it for this video. If you guys find it informative and helpful, I am happy. If you have any comments about anything I have said, please let me know below and I will respond to them personally. That's it for this one. Until next time, be good.